Have you ever heard of building constructions so secretive and so grand they defy reason? Monuments raised with unimaginable wealth, standing for centuries, then collapsing without warning, hiding secrets science still can't explain. The Bible points to some of the most astonishing buildings ever built, each one guarding a mystery few dare to explore. In this video, you're about to take a journey through 5 of the greatest biblical constructions and the hidden truths they hold. But stay with me. The final revelation will challenge everything you thought you knew and may leave you speechless. Ready to unlock these ancient enigmas where faith, history, and archaeology collide? Let's dive in. 1. Crafting a mega ship by hand. Imagine building a colossal vessel without cranes, power tools, or blueprints, just wood, sweat, and unwavering faith. That's exactly what Noah did. The Bible tells us that in a world rife with corruption, God chose him to build a refuge for his family and representatives of every animal species. Picture the scene. Noah receives divine blueprints for a ship 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high, dimensions rivaling modern cargo vessels. Carving joints, fitting massive beams, sealing every plank with pitch. It took decades under a scorching sun, all while the world mocked him. But here's the secret that still fascinates scientists and believers alike. How did he organize thousands of animals, feed them, clean their quarters, all without modern logistics? And was there really a flood capable of covering mountain peaks? Geologists have uncovered layers of flood deposits in Mesopotamia dating back thousands of years, hinting at a cataclysmic regional deluge. Then, in 1959, a Turkish pilot flying over Mount Ararat spotted a ship-like formation. Since then, expeditions have retrieved petrified wood and unusual geological formations. Coincidence? Or remnants of Noah's vessel? Science debates, but faith holds firm. Curious yet? Stay tuned. Our next mystery will make you question everything you know about ancient warfare. 2. Toppled by sound alone. What if I told you that a city's defenses fell not to siege engines, but to trumpet blasts and unified shouts? Welcome to Jericho, one of humanity's oldest cities and perhaps the strangest military victory ever recorded. According to Joshua's account, Israelites marched silently around Jericho once a day for 6 days. On the 7th day, they circled 7 times, sounded ram's horn trumpets and cried out, and the walls collapsed inward. No battering rams, no siege towers, just sound. Archaeologist Kathleen Kenyon excavated Jericho in the 1950s and uncovered a layer of fallen walls that seemed to have pancaked from the inside out, exactly as the Bible describes. But could there be a natural explanation? Jericho sits atop an active fault line, and earthquakes are common. Some researchers argue a quake brought the walls down, and Joshua's timing was providential, but predicting an earthquake to the minute, that defies even modern seismology. Was this divine orchestration or an uncanny natural phenomenon we still can't fully explain? Intrigued, the next structure will shine, literally, in ways you won't believe. 3. Gold-gilded mystery. Imagine a sanctuary so radiant that its walls and ceilings glittered in pure gold, and yet no hammer ever rang on site. Solomon's Temple, the crowning achievement of Israel's first monarchy, was that marvel. King David dreamed of this house for God, but it was Solomon who built it on Mount Moriah, the very spot where Abraham nearly sacrificed Isaac centuries before. Skilled artisans carved massive stone blocks off-site, transported them in perfect silence, and set them in flawless alignment. Cedar beams from Lebanon filled the air with fragrance, symbolizing royalty and divine favor. Inside, every surface gleamed with gold leaf sculpted into cherubim, palm trees, and flowers. After 7 years, Solomon dedicated the temple with a prayer that summoned a cloud of glory and fire from heaven, an unmistakable sign that God had accepted this earthly dwelling. But here's the secret archaeologists still hunt. Despite decades of digs around the Temple Mount, there's no unambiguous structural footprint of Solomon's temple. Some fragments of decorated stone turn up, but the core sanctuary remains elusive, hidden perhaps beneath layers of later construction and conquest. Stick around. Our next story will tower over human ambition itself. If these secrets are electrifying your curiosity, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into history's greatest mysteries. Your support keeps us unearthing hidden truths every week. 4. When language fractured unity. What happens when everyone on Earth speaks the same language? You build a tower that reaches to heaven, of course. At least that's what Genesis tells us about Babel, where human pride and divine judgment collided. After the flood, Noah's descendants spoke one tongue and settled in Shinar, ancient Mesopotamia. Bricks fired in kilns and bitumen mortar enabled them to erect a ziggurat so ambitious it bore the name Etemenanki, the house that unites heaven and earth. Sound familiar? Then God intervened. Languages were scrambled in a single moment. Commands turned into chaos. A mason's stone became water. Without shared speech, the project stalled, and people dispersed across the globe. Archaeologists link Babel to Babylon's great ziggurats, ruined, rebuilt, and abandoned over centuries. But the real lesson isn't archaeology. It's a timeless warning. Unchecked ambition fractures unity. Ready for the grand finale. The last structure holds a secret that still reshapes millions of lives today. 5. From ashes to living stones. Imagine your nation's heart ripped away, your temple destroyed, your people exiled for 70 years. That was Judah under Babylon. Yet when Cyrus the Great allowed the exiles to return, they rebuilt a modest temple on the old site. Humble stones, no golden splendor, no Ark of the Covenant. The elders wept at its plainness until the prophet Haggai proclaimed, "The glory of this latter house shall be greater than the former." Then Herod the Great transformed it into an architectural wonder. White marble colonnades, gold-plated walls, and a courtyard so vast, pilgrims called it a second Solomon. In AD 30, Jesus walked its courts, overturned the money changers' tables, and prophesied its fall. Not one stone here will be left on another. 40 years later, Romans burned it to the ground, gold melting and dripping through the stones. All that remains is the Western Wall, an enduring symbol of hope and loss. But here's the greatest secret of all. When Jesus said, "Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up," he spoke of his body, not stone. Today, the true temple is not a building, it's the community of believers, living stones bearing the presence of God. From a handcrafted ark to walls toppled by sound, from gold-gilded sanctuaries to a shattered tongue, and finally a temple reborn in living faith, these 5 constructions still speak across millennia. Which secret sparked your imagination most? Drop a comment below and type Amen if you believe these ancient wonders still have power to transform us today. Thank you for watching all the way through. May these stories inspire you to see the sacred in every stone. And may God bless your journey into the mysteries that unite faith, history, and archaeology. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring.